Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. Today, we're going to tackle a really important part of pronunciation. I was going to say business English pronunciation. And of course, my channel is all about business English, but I mean, in business English, you still have to order coffee and talk about your day and talk about plans in the past. So, this is relevant for general English and business English. This is the ED in the regular past tense. Now, the ED is pronounced three different ways. I'm going to break down all the rules for you. The rules are actually not that difficult. They're pretty simple. And then what you're going to do is we're going to go through this video and you're going to train your ear to the correct pronunciation. Again, I always say in all my pronunciation videos, the number one thing for pronunciation is training your ear. So when someone you're talking to pronounces a word wrong, you're like, oh, that's not right. Your ear catches what's not right. Once your ear is trained to understanding what's the correct pronunciation and what's incorrect pronunciation, then when you speak, you're going to hear the sound of your own voice and your ear is going to correct the mistake your mouth made. Trust me, it works. It's great. So we're going to go through the three different sections, the three different rules of ED pronunciation. And by the end of this video, you'll have a lot of work you can go through, and I'll give a little test to you at the end to make sure you know it's pronounced correctly. Let's jump right in. Okay, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Melissa B. Duarte. I'm the author of the Global Business English Mastery Series. I also run one-on-one classes for mastering your pronunciation and business English and master classes. You can check out my links there in my bio. Anyways, enough about me. Let's jump right in. So we have three different ways to pronounce ED. One is ed. The other one is t, like a T. And the other one is d, like a D. So let's go through the rules of each of these. The first one is when we actually do pronounce ed, the two letters, ED. We actually ed. It's two-syllable pronunciation. This is the easiest rule of all of them. If your base verb ends in a T or a D, you pronounce ed. It's pretty simple. Wanted, needed, decided, requested, expected, collected, updated, completed, presented, started. There you go. So all those words either ended in a T or a D, so I said ed. Now, if your base word does not end in a T or a D, you're never going to pronounce that E at all. It's going to be a D sound or a T sound. Okay, so all those words ending in T or D, we pronounce the ED like ed. So I'm going to give you a sentence here. And as I read this sentence, don't look at my video. Look at the words. Look at the sentence here or here. I don't know where I'm going to put the sentence, one of these sides of me. So when I'm reading the sentences, or the sentence and sentences, I want you to look at the words. What you want to do is you want your mind to associate that word with the correct pronunciation. And that's going to help if you're looking at the word wanted, hearing wanted, as opposed to looking at my face. It's really going to help you. So look away, look at the sentence, listen to it. When you're done listening to it, repeat it. Say it yourself. Okay, let's go through here. I wanted to let you know that we needed an extension because the client requested an updated contract. Okay, the next one is when an ED sounds like a t, like a T. Now, we use this when the base verb like need, want in the previous one, needed, wanted, when the base verb is a voiceless consonant. Now, voiceless means your throat doesn't vibrate when you speak. So if you put your fingers on your throat and you say like an S sound, there's no movement at all in my throat. I feel nothing. I feel no buzzing. Give it a try. Okay, no buzzing. Now, if I was to do a Z sound, z, z, you can feel crazy buzzing in your throat. So that's a voiced sound. So a voice consonant, like a Z, z, you feel buzzing here. A voiceless consonant, like an S, you feel nothing and no movement. So this is the rule with the voiceless consonants. This is P, K, F, S, SH, CH, and X. Yes, I did read that because I can't remember them all. So this is what you need to have. When these are voiceless consonants, again, no vibration here, you want to pronounce the ED like a T, like a T. Let's go through and look at the list of ones here. Okay, walked, walked, worked, worked, talked, talked, asked, asked, faxed, faxed, although I don't think many people fax anymore. Still, maybe you're dealing with business in different countries where faxes are still relevant. So there you go. That word's there for you. Typed, typed, packed, packed, shipped, shipped, launched, launched, reached, reached. Okay, so none of those should ever be talked, worked, walked, shipped, never. And they shouldn't even sound like a D. All those are a T. Okay, so let's do an example sentence here with words that are voiceless consonants ending in ED and pronounced like a T, not an ed, and not like a D. It's a T. Let's take a look. We worked hard all weekend and reached an agreement with the client to have the product shipped and packed by Tuesday. Okay, so all of those were T's. Okay, last one is the voice consonants. This is when the ED sounds like a D, not a T, not an ed, a D. Okay, so these are voice consonants. And again, I have to read this list because I don't remember them all. It's words, base verbs ending in B, G, V, Z, M, N, L, R, and Y. So you need to remember those. But again, what's easier is just training your ear. So remember that rule and train your ear. These are some common ones: wondered, called, offered, showed, played, signed, joined, learned, allowed, confirmed. Okay, let's take a look at an example sentence of words ending in ED. These are regular past verbs conjugated in past simple, ending in ED, where there's a voiced consonant. So we pronounce it like a D, D. I showed HR my signed contract from when I joined, and they allowed me to extend my vacation and offered me a raise. Okay, as promised, we're going to go through here and we're going to look at some of these words mixed together. Now I'm going to read you some sentences and it has all different endings mixed together. So what you need to do, again, you want to train your ear. So as I read these sentences, don't look at me, follow the word in the sentence as you're hearing it. So what you're doing there is your mind is attaching the perfect pronunciation with that word. That's going to help you update and level up your pronunciation. Okay, first sentence here. The manager started the meeting late and asked 3 questions and allowed extra time. The manager started the meeting late and asked 3 questions and allowed extra time. Number 2. She decided on the project, worked all weekend, and called the client on Monday. She decided on the project, worked all weekend, and called the client on Monday. We completed the report, packed the samples, and confirmed the order. We completed the report, packed the samples, and confirmed the order. Number 4. He requested a raise, talked with his boss, and joined a new department. He requested a raise, talked with his boss, and joined a new department. They wanted results quickly, launched the new app, and offered discounts to customers. They wanted results quickly, launched the new app, and offered discounts to customers. Okay, so now you've heard these sentences and you've read these sentences. Now, what I recommend you do is go through and read these sentences. save this video. Again, train your ear. Train your ear with this. I mean, there are the rules, right? The T and the D is the easiest one. Needed, wanted. That's the easiest rule. That's your number one rule. Then, and you can do that quite easily because it's only 2 letters. You have to remember how the base of the verb is ending. Then go through and then separate the voiceless and voiced consonants. Again, voiceless, there's no movement in your throat. Voiced, z, there's movement in your throat. You feel a buzzing. So then study those words, study all the different pronunciation endings and the t and d. And as you're doing this, you'll find if you train your ear, you're going to be listening to other people speak. And when someone makes a mistake, you're going to have a little alarm bell go off in your ear. And that means that, okay, you really know this. And then you can incorporate that into your speech. And this really is going to perfect your English pronunciation. I hope you found this video super helpful, and thank you so much for watching and your time. If you did enjoy my videos, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel and comment down below on other parts of English pronunciation or business English pronunciation that you find tricky, and I will do a video on it. Thank you so much.